Elliott.
Released on June 11th, 1982, E.T The Extra-Terrestrial is a science fiction film about a 10-year-old boy named Elliott who discovers an alien stranded in the woods behind his suburban California home and hides him in his bedroom. Directed by Steven Spielberg, written by Melissa Mathison in 8 weeks, and shot entirely from a child's eyeline. One cast member's godfather directed the film. One retired from acting and became a mail carrier for a decade. One appeared in the most controversial use of blackface in 1980s Hollywood, and one confirmed in April 2026 that she is returning to the role that made her famous. So where did they all end up? Robert McNaughton plays Michael Taylor, Elliott's older brother, the teenage boy who initially resents the alien's presence and then becomes one of its fiercest protectors. Michael's arc is the film's least discussed and most quietly satisfying, the sibling who goes from dismissive to devoted. Robert McNaughton was born Robert McNaughton on December 19, 1966, in New York City. He was already a working stage actor before E.T., a member of the Circle Repertory Company in New York, where he originated the role of Buddy Lehman in Jim Leonard Jr.'s The Diviners, and he had performed alongside Kevin Kline and Henry V at the New York Shakespeare Festival in Central Park. He won the Young Artist Award for Best Young Supporting Actor for his role in this film. After E.T., Robert McNaughton continued primarily in theater, performing at the Long Wharf Theater, Seattle Repertory, and South Coast Repertory. He had television roles in Vietnam War Story for HBO and several episodes of Newhart. In 2002, he retired from acting and spent the next decade working as a mail carrier, first in Phoenix, Arizona, then in Jersey City, New Jersey. He returned to acting in 2013, appearing in 2 independent films alongside his wife Bianca Hunter, whom he married in 2012. He has continued attending E.T. retrospective events and maintains a quiet private life. He is 58 years old as of May 2026. Henry Thomas plays Elliott Taylor, the lonely 10-year-old whose father has recently left, who finds in E.T. a companion who understands loneliness from an entirely different distance. Elliott is one of the great child performances in American cinema. Thomas plays him without a single false note, anchoring a film whose emotional weight would collapse without him. Henry Thomas was born Henry Jackson Thomas on September 9, 1971, in San Antonio, Texas. His father was a hydraulic machinist. He was cast after a remarkable audition in which Spielberg's casting director, frustrated by an inability to get genuine emotion from child actors, let the 11-year-old improvise a scene defending the alien from imaginary scientists. Thomas improvised for several minutes, reducing the adults in the room to tears. Spielberg, watching on a monitor, said, "Okay, kid, you got the job." The audition footage has been widely viewed. After E.T., Henry Thomas appeared in Cloak and Dagger, Legends of the Fall, Gangs of New York, and All the Pretty Horses before being cast by horror director Mike Flanagan in The Haunting of Hill House, the beginning of a long and fruitful collaboration that also produced The Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, and The Fall of the House of Usher. On October 21, 2019, he was found asleep at the wheel of a stopped car in Tualatin, Oregon, and arrested for driving under the influence of intoxicants. He pleaded no contest and completed a 1-year diversion program. He has been married 3 times. His most recent marriage was to Annalee Ferry. The two separated, but he has 3 children. In February 2025, he began a relationship with India Isley, the daughter of actress Olivia Hussey, who played Juliet in the 1968 Franco Zeffirelli Romeo and Juliet. He is 54 years old as of May 2026. Dee Wallace plays Mary Taylor, Elliott's mother, a recently separated woman doing everything alone, who cannot see the alien her children have been hiding in her own home. Mary is the film's most human presence, a woman who is so exhausted by the real that the impossible gets right past her, which is both the film's best joke and its sharpest observation about grief. Dee Wallace was born Deanna Lee Bowers on December 14, 1948, in Kansas City, Kansas. Her father was a traveling salesman who developed severe alcoholism and died by suicide during her high school years. Her mother was a stage actress and producer who inspired Dee's passion for performing. She attended the University of Kansas on a scholarship and earned a degree in education, then briefly taught high school drama before committing to acting full-time. She became one of horror cinema's most beloved performers. The Hills Have Eyes, The Howling alongside her husband Christopher Stone, Cujo, Critters, earning the title of Scream Queen while simultaneously starring in the most commercially successful film in the world. After E.T., Dee Wallace continued as one of the most prolific actors in Hollywood history, accumulating over 250 film and television credits across 5 decades, including Halloween, The Frighteners, The Lords of Salem, and Rob Zombie's films. Her husband Christopher Stone, who frequently appeared alongside her, died of a heart attack in 1995. She has reinvented herself as an author, motivational speaker, radio host, and personal empowerment coach, and regularly appears at horror conventions worldwide. She is 77 years old as of May 2026. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We release new videos every week. Drew Barrymore plays Gertie Taylor, Elliott's younger sister, the first family member to meet E.T, whose delight and terror in equal measure in that initial encounter is the scene that establishes the film's emotional register for everything that follows. She was 6 years old. She is the best thing in the film's first 30 minutes. Drew Barrymore was born Drew Blythe Barrymore on February 22nd, 1975, in Culver City, California, into one of the oldest and most famous acting families in American entertainment history. Granddaughter of the legendary John Barrymore, great-granddaughter of Maurice Barrymore, part of a theatrical lineage extending back to the 1870s. Her father, John Drew Barrymore, left the family 2 months before she was born due to alcohol, drug use, and abuse. Her mother, Jade, took her on her first commercial audition before Drew was 1 year old. The story goes that during the dog food commercial audition, she was nipped by a dog and laughed instead of cried and got the job. Her godfather is Steven Spielberg. Her godmothers are Sophia Loren and Anna Strasberg. She began drinking at age 9, smoking cannabis by 11, and cocaine by 12. She was sent to a psychiatric institution at 13 and entered rehab. She was legally emancipated from her parents at 15. She then got her life together. After E.T., Drew Barrymore rebuilt her career through her 20s with increasingly strong performances: Poison Ivy, Boys on the Side, Scream, The Wedding Singer, Never Been Kissed, Charlie's Angels, 51st Dates, and co-founded Flower Films, her production company, which produced many of her biggest successes. She has been married 3 times, including briefly to comedian Tom Green. She has 2 daughters with her third husband, Will Kopelman, whom she divorced in 2016. The Drew Barrymore Show launched on CBS in 2020 and has won multiple Daytime Emmy Awards. She sold her Hamptons estate for $8.25 million in December 2024. She is 51 years old as of May 2026. Peter Coyote plays Keys, the government agent who has been searching for E.T, whose keys, always heard jangling before he is seen, are the film's sound of adult authority, and who turns out, in the film's final movement, to be less of a villain than he appeared. Keys is the only adult in the film who has been longing for E.T as long as Elliott has, and Peter Coyote plays the revelation of this with the quiet devastation it deserves. Peter Coyote was born Robert Peter Cohan on October 10, 1941, in Manhattan, New York City, to a secular Jewish family of left-wing political leanings. He changed his surname to Coyote after a transformative experience during his years in the Haight-Ashbury counterculture. He attended Grinnell College, where in 1961 he was among a group of students who traveled to Washington, D.C. during the Cuban Missile Crisis to protest, and co-founded the Diggers, an anarchist theater collective that provided free food and services to the Haight-Ashbury community throughout the late 1960s. He served as chairman of the California Arts Council from 1975 to 1983. After E.T., Peter Coyote built one of the most distinctive parallel careers in Hollywood, actor in over 160 films, including Jagged Edge, Aaron Brockovich, Patch Adams, and A Walk to Remember, narrator of over 200 documentaries, winning 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, including for Ken Burns' The Roosevelts, the voice of the opening ceremony of the 2002 Winter Olympics, author of 2 memoirs and a poetry collection. He was ordained as a Zen Buddhist priest in 2016 and gives regular Dharma talks. His book Zen in the Vernacular, based on pandemic-era online lectures, was published in 2024. He has said, "I think of myself as a writer who makes his living as an actor." He is 84 years old as of May 2026. C. Thomas Howell plays Tyler, one of Elliott's friends, present for the discovery of E.T. and sworn to secrecy. It was his film debut. He was 15. The following year, he was Ponyboy Curtis. C. Thomas Howell was born Christopher Thomas Howell on December 7, 1966, in Los Angeles, California. His father was a professional bull rider turned stunt coordinator who appeared as the Red Knight in Terry Gilliam's The Fisher King. As a child, Howell participated in the California Junior Rodeo Association and became a rodeo champion at age 12. He was briefly married to actress Lori Loughlin before she was famous in 1985. They divorced in 1986. He then appeared in Soul Man, a 1986 comedy in which he played a white student who darkens his skin to win a scholarship reserved for black students. The film was widely condemned as racist. He married his Soul Man co-star Ray Dawn Chong in 1989. They divorced in 1990. After E.T., C. Thomas Howell appeared in The Outsiders, Red Dawn, and The Hitcher before Soul Man effectively ended his mainstream career trajectory. He rebuilt steadily over 4 decades in direct-to-video films, television, and occasional mainstream productions: Gettysburg, The Amazing Spider-Man, Southpaw. He also appeared in a key recurring role in Spielberg's Amazing Stories revival. He has launched a music career under the name Tommy Howell, releasing his debut album American Storyteller in 2023. He currently lives in Nashville, Tennessee. He is 58 years old as of May 2026. Erica Eleniak plays the pretty girl, the unnamed classmate whom Elliott, influenced by E.T.'s emotional connection to him across a school gymnasium, kisses in the middle of a science class after freeing all the frogs from their dissection jars. It is one of cinema's great accidental romantic acts. She was 12 years old and had no lines. It was her film debut. Erica Eleniak was born Erica Maya Eleniak on September 29, 1969, in Glendale, California, to a Ukrainian descent father and a mother of Estonian and German roots. She is the eldest of 5 siblings. She was spotted by a Spielberg talent scout at a performer's showcase. Her mother was determined for her to have a normal childhood and kept her acting schedule limited. She was Shawnee McClane on Baywatch from 1989 to 1992. In July 1989, she was Playboy's Playmate of the Month. She played Jordan Tate, a Playboy playmate who jumps out of a birthday cake on a battleship to find it has been taken over by terrorists, opposite Steven Spielberg in Under Siege, drawing deliberately on her real-life Playboy experience for the role. She left Baywatch in 1992 and has worked consistently in film and television since, including The Beverly Hillbillies and Charles in Charge. She is married to former key grip Rochdagel, and they have one daughter, Indiana. On April 15, 2026, she confirmed on Instagram that she will reprise the role of Shawnee McClane, now a Santa Monica City Councilwoman, in the upcoming Fox Baywatch reboot. She is 56 years old as of May 2026. Casey Martell plays Greg, one of Elliott's friends, the third of the trio who witnesses E.T.'s arrival and keeps the secret. He had already appeared in the Amityville Horror as a young child, and had worked consistently in television throughout his childhood. Casey Martell was born Kevin Christopher Martell on September 14, 1967, in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. He made his television debut at age 10 in an episode of Wonder Woman. He appeared in the Amityville Horror at 12, and had regular roles in Mulligan's Stew and 8 is Enough before E.T. His most sustained television work came after the film. He played Eddie Ziff, Mike Seaver's best friend, across all 7 seasons of Growing Pains from 1985 to 1992, appearing alongside Kirk Cameron and a cast that included an unknown Joanna Kearns and a teenage Leonardo DiCaprio, who joined in the show's final season. After Growing Pains ended in 1992, his career concluded and he returned to private life in Canada. He has maintained a completely private life since, and no public information about his subsequent years is available. He is 58 years old as of May 2026. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos exploring your favorite casts from the past.